Okay, great morning. I'm trying to think of how to word things to ask some questions. Sometimes it's like, but I think I'm going to ask, what has Musk been talking to Russia about? Let's see if it can give us any kind of answers. What has Musk been talking to Russia about, Putin? So I'm using the darkness of light cards. So the question is about judgment. Okay, judgment. Now this judgment card is, these are not happy people. You know, in a lot of decks you see the judgment that they're coming up out of their coffins into this into this light, into this freedom, liberating, okay? But in this one, we see that these ones are just capitulating and oh my God, you know, it's raining down upon them in this card. Yeah, there are those, and this angel, interesting with the cross on there, the big red cross, and these ones are looking for mercy, okay? So, talking to Putin about some sort of a judgment coming down, and so let's see what we have. The energy coming into it is, yeah, what's being offered. It's all, again, about the money and the contracts and this and that, and oh, please give me, and, you know, they're holding this out, and the person is absolutely begging. And it's interesting, the person that's begging has got the veil over their face, and the against this one that's holding out the finance and stuff. Now, when I see this with this, I'm feeling that this is that, you know, where they're trying to change the world system, financial world system, etc. That's what I feel with that. They're trying to change this financial world system to control people, control the finances, control the governments, okay? To keep them in a position of subservience. I forget what they call that one, but there are a lot of these darker elements that are joining this thing, but I absolutely cannot remember anything about it right now, about this new monetary system that they're trying to put into place. I'm sure people out there know what it is. So what's going on today, yeah, it's about this retreat, feeling of this mentally killed this stuff, okay? Mentally killed these things, okay? Retreat, we buried it, okay? We buried it. I think he's hoping that it's buried. What is this other? Trying to see what's here at the bottom of this card. Yeah, out in the cold, buried it. Mentally retreating. So maybe thinking that they got away with everything. The challenge, though, is karma. Okay? The wheel of karma. What's being woven, what's being put together, the stars above it, you know. And it's interesting that karma has, in this case, what's being put together, woven, is this dark band. He doesn't see what's coming, okay? They don't see what's coming with the outcome of, I keep getting this, Kamala holding on. Information that we've got, the goat, greatest of all time, the goat and the rabbit, rapidly putting these things together. Very confident, okay, very confident holding on to these, okay. So let's see, underneath of it, we have this strength of these, what they're trying to put in, these governmental situations, but this is in a dark space. And you see this guy sitting here looking askance at this. If you could see his face on here, it's like, what? Okay, so very stern governmental drama, strength, governmental drama, bringing out the barking dogs, barking mad in the darkness, okay? In the darkness, and wanting to put this, implementing this, the energy, they are moving on it, this implementing these things, but they will find that they are really, this is the interesting three. Usually it's the heart with the swords, the pain of it. Well, these ones, they are out in the cold, naked, in the elements of this mental realm. It's a cruel, harsh mentality and mental realm, and these are the choices they have made in life. This is the path they have chosen to walk, and it is a path of what? Destruction, a path of just things, anarchy, tearing down, etc. So that's what he's talking with Putin about, subjugating everyone in this new monetary system, and but karma, the challenge is karma, the wheel is turning, okay? So anytime I get this as a challenge card, it's overturning what they are doing. They're not going to get away with it. But that's what he's talking, because the outcome is what? She's not stupid. Got the goods. I keep getting that the woman has got the goods. Knows about these things, okay? They're getting information back about what's going on. So yeah, I'm going to leave that here, but that's what I got with Musk. It's all about this new currency thing, about, because he's worried about Kamala getting in, I guess because of his government contracts. And yeah, he is brooding, okay? The energy is a brooding energy about the history, the past, and facing loss, okay? Facing loss, facing ruin if Kamala gets in, okay? That's Musk. Looking at her history, what she would be doing with the financials and all of this stuff, and he is facing loss with that. So that is his brooding energy that he's holding on to. That is not a king of power. That's a brooding king. Okay, morose king, brooding king, holding on to that energy of just... Yeah. These ones, when I tune into him, it's a feeling of, it's like he's got no soul, got no heart. This, Yeah, he really doesn't have any kind of he's bankrupt when it comes to having empathy, compassion, those things. He feels like almost a robot. He's very vacant with things like that. Got a question. Let me see what it says. Okay, I wanted to know what makes him tick. And it's about the harvest, really not having the things that he wants. Things are not fully working out like he wants. The seeds he's planted, he's not getting the full return on what he's putting out there. And so he's feeling this pain, mentally pain. He's out in the cold, just cowering out in the cold with these thoughts that are going on for him. Okay? He's more of a depressed. He doesn't see. He's one of these that looks at the emptiness rather than the fullness, what you have. He's one of these that's in that darker element mentally, and it's about his history. Could be something to do with his history when he was a child growing up that this planted these things. I get with him also that there's something with him, his brain development, that he's really good in one way analytically, but he does not have the other side of balance. Okay. It's like when I lived in India, I met this one guy, very interesting. And he came and talked to me because I said God is the zero. God is not the one, because one can be subdivided. God cannot be subdivided. It's that energetic. And his ears perked up. And it come to find out this guy was a maths genius. He corrected a maths paper that only like 15 people in the world would understand. And he thought in equations. I can't imagine that. Everything he saw was an equation, was math-based. And that is so far from the way my reality is. So we had some interesting talks, but I said, why don't you look at yourself? He said, oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. Break it down, look at it, the inventory of myself, I couldn't, yeah. But everything he saw was in a mathematical equation. It's kind of what I get with Musk, the way his mind works. It's more into that kind of, would it be he's more into abstract or not into abstract? Okay. It's just the way his mind works. Okay. It's different. He's got this vacuous, when it comes to heart area, he's all in the mental thing, but it's skewed. It's skewed. He's got a very mentally skewed thing. Very brilliant in some areas, and then just nothing in other ones. Kind of like when Rain Man, when they had Rain Man, they dropped all the things and he immediately could count it. He could do these math equations like that, but the rest of the things he didn't have. It's kind of like that scenario. Not to the degree of Rain Man when you saw the Rain Man, okay? But very high functioning in some ways. But he's got that type of a mind. okay, that he can think in more of that type of a realm, but he does not have that that emotional grounding, okay? Doesn't have it, can't understand it, okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.